Let this be a lesson in foreshadowing. That would be foretelling of things to come, my friends. So here we go. As this FHFA graph shows, property values are up in all but 2 markets, and those markets would be the West and the Mountain, which is just the East-West. Isn't that the name of one of Kanye West's kids? All right, so why is this important? It's very simple. History tells us that the West and the Mountain are the exact 2 regions that are the first and the most monumental markets to appreciate. Those would be gains. And consequently, they're also the first markets with the largest and most consequential losses, meaning as the West and the Mountain regions go, so does the rest of the country, either up or down. And I'm not the only one who's noticed this. According to the analytics firm Moody's, the Federal Reserve moves, including their latest moves, is going to hurt housing for decades to come. Moody's says we expect central banks to maintain a tight monetary policy stance this year before beginning to cut policy rates very gradually in 2024. Housing demand in markets in which funding takes the form of floating rate or short-term lending will therefore likely remain strained as long as monetary policy stance remains tight. The doubling of mortgage rates since the pandemic housing boom from less than 3% to over 6% has caused notable retreats in certain U.S. markets. Okay, so we get that, right? As a result, more markets could retreat, and perhaps sooner than later. So this is generally viewed as a negative turn of events. That's only, of course, if you own a house right now and intend to sell it in the next 6 months. Even then, you're going to realize a king's ransom in equity. So boo-hoo to you who grovels at not hitting the peak of the highest housing market in the history of the entire world. It's great news for everybody else, not the least of which are real estate agents and mortgage lenders and their companies. So the next time you wake up and you see an increase in inventory, prices dropping, or houses sitting just a little bit longer than the seconds that they are right now, don't bemoan this development, people. See them as opportunities and motivations for you to get your act together. Readied preparedness, as they say, for a new and more lucrative housing market. Now, realtors, side note here, my God, if this is taking place in the market right now, this is the quintessential opportunity for you to reach out to every single person you know, that would be called your sphere of influence or your database, and let them know if they're thinking of selling their house, sell it now. That is, of course, if you want to hit the height of the housing market. Boy, what a great talking point for you. I wonder how many of you are not gonna make those calls today. That's okay, because as they said in the movie The Jerk, the world needs a ditch digger, now doesn't it? So Carl and Tammy over there at the Marketing Animals, they've got a new book out. It's called AI and the Loan Officer. Artificial intelligence. Think about how big this is becoming. It's blowing up all around us. My God, just yesterday, did you see this? The United States government just admitted that we have UFOs and aliens. They just admitted this.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
That's all artificial intelligence. Now it affects your mortgage business. Check out the book, check out the download. It's actually really, really cool. Click this banner right over there.